Alright, we're going to do volume of prisms and cylinders. So first we're going to start with a cube, which is a rectangular prism, just a special rectangular prism. So the volume of a cube is just side cubed, which means side times side times side. So if we put our number in there, so I have the measurement of 4 inches there, so that would be 4 cubed, which would equal 4 times 4 times 4. So my volume would be 4 times 4, which is 16 times 4. And the volume 16 times 4 is 64. So I'd have 64 inches cubed. So anytime you're talking about volume, it's always going to be your units cubed. Alright, now we're going to do a rectangular prism. So the volume of a rectangular prism equals length times width times height. So my volume would equal 3 times 8 times 6. And this being multiplication is commutative, so it doesn't matter which order I do this in. So I like to pick my biggest numbers first. So 8 times 6 is 48. And then I have to do 3 times 48. So 3 times 8 is 24, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So that would be 142 centimeters cubed. There's no reason you have to do the 8 times 6 first. You could have done 3 times 8 first. Like I said, it's just my preference. I always like to pick my biggest numbers and multiply those first. Alright, so here I got another rectangular prism. And I have a length of 10 and a width of 4, and a height, I don't know the height, but I'm told that my volume equals 200 centimeters cubed. So if I put that into our formula, volume equals length times width times height, then I can find what the height is. So I put my numbers in, so 200 equals 4 times 10 times h. So first work out that 4 times 10, which is 40. So I get 40h equals 200. Let's write that correctly. So now I need to divide to find out what my height is. So those zeros cancel, so it's just 20 divided by 4, which is 5. And our units is centimeters. So my height equals 5 centimeters. And you can always check yourself by doing the multiplication again. So 5 times 10 is 50. 50 times 4 is 200. So I got back to my 200. Alright, now let's do volume of a cylinder. So volume of the cylinder, volume equals big B times H. And your big B means the area of the base. You're going to see this formula used a lot. Volume equals big B times H. And you have to substitute in whatever the base is. So in this case it's a circle. So the area of a circle is pi r squared times H to get our volume. So work this out. We got volume equals pi times 2 5/10 squared times 9. So first I'm going to work out that 2.5 squared. So that's going to be 2.5 times 2.5. I'm not going to try and do that in my head. I can, but because I know what it is, I've done this enough, but just to help you guys out, I'm going to work that out. So 5 times 5 is 25. 10 plus 2 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. And 5. Oops, I wrote that wrong. Should have been 12, not 10. So add this up, I get 625. And I had 2 digits behind the decimal in my problem, so I need 2 in my answer. So I get a volume equals pi times 6 25/100 times 9. So now I got to do the 6 25/100 times 9. So just keep working my multiplication on the side here. So 9 times 5 is 45. 18 plus 4 is 22. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 2 is 56. So 2 decimals in my problem. 2 numbers behind the decimal in the problem, so 2 in my answer. So I get volume equals pi times 56 and 25 hundredths. So I need to take that and multiply it by 3 and 14 hundredths. So this is going to be a little bit of multiplication here, but that's okay. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. 0 placeholder, 1 times everything is itself, so that would be 5, 2, 6, 5. Draw a line here so I make sure I'm not getting my numbers confused there. Alright, 2 placeholders. 3 times 5 is 15, carry my 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 6 is 18, carry my 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So add this up, 0, 5, 12, maybe 13, plus 3 is 16. 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, carry my 1, 7, 1. Alright, so I got 4 digits behind the decimal in my problem, so I need 4 in my answer. My decimal goes right there, so my volume would be about 176 and 625 thousandths. Oh, and I didn't put units on this. Let's call them centimeters. So that would be centimeters cubed.